When building a culture of collaboration, engagement and connection are key. So today, we're going to share a strategy that not only promotes organizational wellness, but can provide opportunity for connection and deeper conversation. So consider starting your meeting by walking away.
We all understand the positive impact and drive that comes from being a part of an effective team. When teams are less than effective, lack of productivity, frustration, and disengagement take over. Intentional and purposeful focus on building a culture of collaboration is the secret for leaders striving to make a difference. In building a culture of collaboration, Curtis and Lorna Hewson will share simple tips, ideas, and strategies to take your organization's collaborative efforts to the next level.
So when we think about your organization and trying to set up that collaborative culture and understanding that takes time to develop, you want to be able to provide multiple opportunities for intentional connection and engagement of your team. One strategy that we've found to be really effective is the walk and talk. Being able to start off a meeting or a professional learning day, a retreat with a walk and talk, sometimes finishing with that can be a really great strategy to be able to engage and do a few different things. First off, with our focus across organizations on promoting health, well-being, wellness, being able to get up and move is really important for us. So, of course, we have to be aware of, do we need to differentiate for those in our group that may have difficulty with a walk or something like that? So we can put variations to it. But starting with that walk and talk has found to be really successful. Being able to get up, find a partner, and for the next 10 minutes, head on out to discuss these questions. So when you think about infusing a walk and talk strategy amongst your team, there's really three things that you want to be giving consideration. First off, determine the purpose. Don't just do it because some guy on a video said this is a great strategy. When does it fit? So for instance, our Jigsaw Learning team had come back after the summer. We were engaged in 2 days of organizational meetings. On day 2, we started with a walk and talk, and our purpose was to help people to reconnect, to be able to talk a little bit more about what they had done over the summer. But then we intentionally put it on day 2 because we wanted an opportunity to connect back to what we had talked about the day before. So what we did is had our team get up to start the day, and we posed 4 questions. And one of the things that we did is utilized a question card. So we gave everyone one of these cards so that they would remember the questions that we were going to focus on when we went walking. And you'll see a digital version of the card in the, if you're on YouTube watching this, in the description, we'll leave a link for that. What we asked is that we're going to find a partner and focus on the first question. So for us, it was something interesting from your summer. Just start your talk. And we walked for a little bit, and then we paused as a whole group because we were walking somewhat together. We were in partners, but still it was like a mob kind of moving along. And then we said, okay, switch, find somebody else. And now we're going to go to question 2, something that gave you renewal over the summer. So it was a great chance for us to connect. People were finding people they hadn't talked with in the previous day. We had some members that were joining online, so we just dialed them up on the phone, and then we would pass the phone around to different team members when we got to the next question. But then the third question was a powerful one. What's something from yesterday that had you thinking last night? During that, then we just kept walking. So this took us, as we switched, after just a little bit of a distance to each question, and something that's made you laugh in the last 3 months. Again, for us, these questions aligned with some of our key organizational values. They got people talking, and that third question of something from yesterday that had you thinking really brought some great ideas to the surface. For us, this was about a half-hour activity that we went, but it was clear on what our purpose was. So second thing to consider with that walk and talk is provide the questions. Being able to share, this is what you're going to do when you go. Now, I yesterday was working with an organization and said, find a partner, set a timer on your phone, press start when we're ready to go, and we're going to go for 10 minutes we need to be back in the room, and your focus when you're walking is to share 1 to 3 next steps that you plan to take as a result of our time here today. So again, providing those questions are important. In that case, I provided it ahead of time and then let them go. In our other case, we provided them with just hold on to this while you're walking to help remind you what's the next question that we're going to look at. Then the third thing to consider is upon a return, is there an opportunity to collect responses or ideas, particularly if one of your purposes is to generate some thought like our third question was. Now, this was a mistake that we made within our own team, is we didn't give time for people when we came back to write some of those ideas down, whether we threw them up on a physical parking lot or a Padlet or a Jamboard. Some of the things that surfaced, we did it informally through some quick conversations, but it would have been really great if we could have collected some of the thoughts. And again, it determines on what the purpose is. The one thing we did do when we came back together is we had everyone just share what's one thing that you learned about another person. Because again, one of our values talks about authentic connection is important to us as an organization. So what's something new that you learned to help deepen those authentic connections that we have? So walk and talk. Great strategy to be able to continue to build team trust and vulnerability, which is so important when we're thinking about our culture of collaboration. Thanks so much and all the best. Love to hear if you've tried the walk and talk and what your results were from that particular strategy. Take care.
For more on collaborative response, visit jigsawlearning.ca or join the JL Insider to receive access to newly added resources and content. Make sure to follow us on social media. Subscribe to the podcast and the Jigsaw Learning YouTube channel to access past and upcoming episodes. Join us again as we continue to share tips, ideas, and strategies to help you continue to refine your culture of collaboration.